Wholeness. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rashida Silvertree, and this is a very important thing I wanted to bring up. First off, thank you so much to all of my new subscribers and people who are interacting with me in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Please continue to share your thoughts or even things that you don't necessarily agree with me in a respectful way, of course. And yeah, let's get into it. So this one touches on forgiveness. I've noticed when I'm looking at my little chart or what do they call that? The analytics on your YouTube channel. My forgiveness channels weren't really watched. That's fine. I don't really mind. But I'm very grateful for all of you that are tuning in and subscribing and leaving comments and engaging. But I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I find joy in this. However, my forgiveness videos don't get a lot of traction. And in meditation this morning, I came to the conclusion, I was like, there's a reason why this topic is so unpopular. Like, truly, there's a reason why. And I want to talk about it. So, with forgiveness, a lot of the time, we don't want to revisit the things that hurt us. We don't, once we remove ourselves from the initial shock of what has happened to us, a person, and usually these involve other people, okay? Usually, the majority of the time. Sometimes it's an illness, but sometimes the majority of the time it involves another person. So when we remove ourselves from that person, from that experience and what was done, meaning we're not crying about it anymore, we're not fighting, we're not talking about it to our friends and trauma dumping or anything like that, we generally are like, okay, now what? And so you're catching your breath and you're like, I'm going to move forward, right? We want to move forward after we go through something. We think, okay, I'm over, I'm done now. I've forgiven him. I'm just gonna move on with my life. Or I've forgiven my mom or my dad or my boyfriend or my ex or my friend, my best friend or whatever. We forgive. Or my employer, list can go on and on. With forgiveness, we think, okay, I'm gonna give myself a timeline. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just bulldoze right on through the next door. But what tends to happen is that we carry that toxin, that poison in us. It's almost like you swallowed something you shouldn't have. It's almost like you swallowed something and you shouldn't have, and you don't know how long it's going to be inside your body. It's almost like you took like a bite from a rotten egg sandwich. You don't know quite what your body is going to do to process that horrible thing you just ate. And so you distract yourself with other things. You distract yourself to move forward to, maybe even a new relationship or a new job or moving across the country. You don't want to think about what could be in you, what's left in you. After that experience of having a bad, you just bit it's like a bad taste, bad taste in your mouth. And so I get it. We don't want to face our past. We don't. We don't want to revisit, that uncomfortable feeling of being hurt or betrayed or abused. We don't want that. So it's much easier for us to move on. But do we really move on? Do you really digest that really bad bite? That parcel that didn't go down well? You don't. You don't. And it's just funny, because it's like, not funny, but I understand. And I wasn't upset, people not watching that series. It's neither here nor there. It just is interesting you know, because even though, yes, I'm being watched and observed, I'm also observing and watching those of you who are tuning in from time to time. I'll do that. And it's very interesting. I have a lot of people, you know, gravitating towards my manifestation videos because they're all about wanting to create. But I'm going to say this: purifying yourself from a toxic experience will create a very clear channel for your manifestation to manifest. It's almost like I'm getting a vision of a pipe. And, excuse me, I'm drinking some hot tea. And in this pipe, you have a lot of crud. It's an old pipe. Lead's leaking in, like it's just making the water toxic, unclear, just it's old. It's 100, 200-year-old pipe that needs to be changed. It needs attention. But you're trying to flush through the most crystal clear, healing waters through a nasty old lead pipe full of metals and harmful metals, you know? And that's what I'm just trying to bring out here in this message. Like, you have to change the pipe so you can get good quality water. So you can get a good clear channel for that manifestation to come through. It is very difficult to truly receive the gifts of life if your energy channels are blocked by old toxic crap that's been done to you. And you'll say, well, what about time? And I made a video talking about that, manifestation in time. But time and forgiveness go hand in hand. It's a very beautiful relationship. These energies, time and forgiveness, you're just not really in control of it. And that's kind of the truth. You tell yourself every day, I release this pain. I release this pain in the most healthy way. I release this sorrow in the most healthy way. I forgive. I release and I forgive this person. You do that every single day, multiple times a day, in a letter or in a prayer. It's powerful. But these are reasons why, you know, people don't want to deal with it. Oh, yeah, I forgave him. I moved on. No, you moved on to a distraction. But then you're trying to attract. So you moved on to distract from yourself. If that makes sense. You know, you're trying to, you have to allow yourself to clean out that pipe, clean out that energy channel. We all have them. I don't care what your religion is, what your faith is, what you do in your spiritual practice. We are beings of energy. We have this. We have electromagnetic. We're electromagnetic. We are. That's why they say take your little butt inside when you see lightning. Okay, when you hear thunder, your ears should perk up. When you see lightning, get inside. Seek shelter. Because we're that it would do. You don't want to get struck. We can conduct a lot of power and energy. But forgiveness, my friends, is very potent. It's a very potent form of magic. Call it what you will. Magic is just energy manipulation. Magic is just energy and flow, given direction to go somewhere, given intention from the mind, body, heart. That's it. Truly, that really is it. It's not you know, one thing about social media is that it's like spirituality has become this aesthetic, you know, or magic has become this aesthetic. Like you got to wear a pointy hat, you have to buy all these spiritual tools and stuff. And how do I know this? Because I know I've done it. But you know, you got to get a big ass like cauldron, and like gotta have 700 candles and a grimoire that's the size of like your dining room table. Like I'm exaggerating, but I'm serious. Like it's a bit too much. You don't fall in that and trip on that, because it's not what it is. Magic is inside. Magic is intention. Magic is creation. Magic is alchemy. Forgiveness is the alchemy of releasing intentionally, releasing your own blocks. That is powerful. There are a lot of healers on here. I'm gonna make another video on this regarding healing. But yeah, those are just some reasons why this topic is so like, ew, forgiveness. Ugh, I'm not looking at that. And it's the main block. It's your main reason why you're not living how you should be living, or receiving what you could be receiving. Because your gutters aren't cleared out. Your pipes aren't cleaned out, and it's dirtying the waters that are coming through. Those divine, sacred waters, healing waters. They become what's the word? When something is they become toxic, right? It's no longer pure. You have all this power that's coming from your higher power and source and God, but your heart is just gunkety goo, full of black tar, because you haven't forgiven, you haven't released. Forgiveness is an overlooked alchemical, magical powerhouse. And there are some powerful people who are really good at manipulating energy out there. I have come across them in my own path, and I will talk about that a little bit in my next video. I'm telling you right now, forgiveness is huge. It's Christ-like. It's Christ consciousness. You're accessing that type of frequency. And that's hard to touch. You want to talk about protection? If you have that type of channel open where you can release blocked energy within yourself, that's a powerful healer right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I look forward to bumping into you in my next video. Thank you so much, guys. And please leave comments. Let me know what you think about what I'm talking about. All right, take care.